Somebody had sent me a message and just asked a little bit about um, the seeds that I just planted indoors, and asked to just kind of at least show a video showing everybody all the different containers I had, since I didn't really go through it too much, and kind of discuss exactly what I'm planting. Well, for the most part, I'm pretty much planting the same stuff that I've already planted before. There's a few new things that are more warm season crops, such as the zucchini, the eggplant, and the beans that are more summertime vegetables. I planted those just recently. And let me go through the containers itself, since the person wanted me to kind of shoot the video based on that. So this is a container that I got at the dollar store. It's actually a oil pan, and I got it for $1. And I tend to be kind of cheap. I buy whatever I can get a hold of that's really cheap, or I'll also get a hold of save my to-go containers. So the red container is a hamburger container from Red Robin. And actually, the time that I ordered that, I actually wasn't really that interested in getting a hamburger. I was initially going to get a salad, but because the hamburger comes in this container, and I love this container, what makes this container so great is, let me open it up for you. What makes this container so great is there's grooves inside of here. So you can water it, and any excess water just falls between the cracks. And because it has little grooves that are raised a little bit, you can water it, and any excess water that it just drops in the grooves. And so it's really nice. I really like this to-go container. So throughout the year, I'll go ahead and save my to-go containers that are usable, and that way I don't have to spend any money. Of course, it's really nice to have the seed starter trays, but I'm kind of cheap and I don't want to spend $20-$30 on seed trays. And so, other than the ones I already have existing, or somebody gives me one that they don't want anymore, I typically don't go out and invest in any more product. Now, I want to be real clear. When it comes to buying fertilizer, the right type of soil, buying actual sprays, and using a proper sprayer, I don't really cut any corners. So when it comes to fertilizer, solution, buying good quality seeds, buying the right type of peat moss, buying the right copper fungicide spray, the neem oil spray, I don't really cut any corners there. But when it comes to containers and other things, I just try to figure out whatever is around the house and what I can get for cheap. So this oil pan tray I got at a dollar store. And this here, I'm growing cucumbers. Cucumbers are a warm season crop, and so I held off as long as possible. And these are the pickling cucumbers. So I have a whole tray full of Jiffy peat pods pellets that are inside of here. I wet them down. I drained them a little bit, and then I put the seeds in there. And then I enclosed it in this huge Ziploc bag. I ordered something on Amazon. I can't remember what it was, and it came inside this huge bag, which is perfect because it keeps the warm air in and doesn't dry out the soil. So that is the first thing I planted. And over here, I planted the eggplant. Now, eggplant is a warm season vegetable, and I held off as long as possible before planting them. But next week's schedule weather report shows that we're going to get some 70-degree weather. So I felt like we're just hitting the stride. The nights are still cold, around 45 to 48 degrees, but we're getting to the point where I can go ahead and plant the eggplants seeds. And so I went ahead and put the seeds in the peat pellet pots. And within 7 to 10 days, they'll germinate, and then once they're a couple inches tall, I'll start hardening them off outdoors. Now, this tray, which was originally sushi in here on a Uber Eats delivery a couple months back, I went ahead and used the Jiffy peat pellets, and that is the zucchini. And I do like a lot of zucchini. I eat the zucchini in salads and use them for a variety of purposes, stir fry. And then I also freeze zucchini, and then I also make the zucchini bread. Now, you saw this jar, this container already before, the Red Robin hamburger container. This here, I went ahead and I had some extra seeds left over from the sweet bell peppers, the tiny ones. And the variety I got has a mixture of different colored peppers, and they're sweet in flavor, which I like because they're really good for snacking. And so I went ahead and took the remaining sweet bell pepper seeds that I had and went ahead and planted them in this container. Now this container is a is from Costco, and it is from the rotisserie chicken. I think it's like $5 or $5.99. It's such a great value, right, at Costco to get that whole chicken for under $6. And this one here is the lettuce leaf basil. Now I do grow the Genovese basil, but I also grow the lettuce leaf basil. And I actually like the lettuce leaf basil more because doesn't have as strong of a taste. Plus, it's great for lettuce wraps. So when when the leaves get really big, I can pluck those off. And what I do is I put a little bit of shredded mozzarella cheese in there, or provolone cheese. Use a slice of tomato that I'll grow myself. Then maybe a half slice of salami. And then I'll go ahead and drizzle it lightly with either balsamic vinegar, oil and vinegar, or some sort of Mediterranean type dressing. Sometimes I use a creamy vinaigrette, which I really like. Now, other than that one here, this container here is was either a strawberry. Oh, yep, it's a strawberry container. So bought some fresh strawberries that were on sale. Saved the container. Now I didn't want it to be. I wanted the heat to stay in, so I went ahead and wrapped it in plastic inside. Took a produce bag that I already got, and I went ahead and put that in there, and then I kind of covered it a little bit more with used large Ziploc freezer bag. Now inside here is the Blue Lake bush beans, and I grow a lot of beans throughout the year. I grow quite a few just so I can have beans on a regular basis, and the bush beans are in there. Then over here in this dollar store container I went ahead and grew the rest of the Roma seeds that I had, the Roma tomatoes. I do grow a lot of Roma tomatoes just because I love Roma tomatoes for salads, for snacking, for eating. I can put them in a number of dishes, and then I'll can them too. And so this container is a dollar store container, and just planted a few days back the rest of the Roma seeds. Now over here from the dollar store again is a $1 cake and pie case. And in here is the Heirloom bush bean seeds. And if you can see clearly inside of there, there's a ton of Jiffy peat pellets. And I went ahead and put them in there, and the beans are in there. And it's nice because it has a little locking side on it. And so you can see that it's kind of like a humidity dome. And I bought a couple of these. And this one here is the sweet banana peppers. The sweet banana peppers, it wasn't on my list to buy those seeds, but I buy a majority of my seeds. 80% of my seeds I buy from two reputable seed companies, and they always now, for a while now, they just throw in extra seeds just because I guess I'm a good customer. And the first couple of years they didn't give me free seeds, and then I noticed they're regularly giving me free seeds now, and they always give me something that I've never grown before. So I think maybe they're just trying to get me to buy new seeds, but I kind of like getting growing new stuff. And so this is the sweet banana pepper. Now over here in this old container that I've had for a long time, I was using it as kind of a mini hydroponic system. In here is a bunch of beans, and they're the Jade Beans. And I went ahead, and inside of there is just only perlite, and wet the perlite, put in about a 1/4 inch of water on the very bottom, and then I sprinkled a bunch of Jade bean seeds inside of there. And then over here in the actual seed starting tray, which is right here that you're looking at, I went ahead and planted more of the bush bean seeds. And there's 6 seed starting compartments per tray, and there's 6 full trays inside of there. So there's 36 bush beans that I've started in here. And I went ahead and used that really good quality seed starting soil mix, potting mix, and it was specific to seed starting. And I went ahead and wetted it really well, let it drain for a little while, and then I took the seeds and planted them in there. And so there's 36 planted seeds of the bush beans. And so that's currently right now what I have going in the seed starting compartment. Keep them indoors because it's about 70 degrees in here, which is perfect for germination. And we're looking forward to next week. By the end of next week, we got a number of 70-degree days coming up. The nighttime temperatures are still about 48 degrees, so it's a tad too cool to leave the plants out fully. But we're literally no more than 2-3 weeks away from having perfect weather during the daytime and perfect weather at the nighttime for the plants to be outdoors. So that's a little bit about my seed starting trays and compartments that I have. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. And I basically kind of rummage around and save everything I have available to me. I don't go out and buy new seed starting trays anymore. And the dollar store is great for buying little containers that are really, really cheap and inexpensive. I don't cut any corners with other items that I need. But that's a little bit about that, and I'll be in touch.